Yep, okay. All right, love technology. It's so awesome. Today's focus is going to be on the immune system. And it's just a reminder, my class participants know this well because I drill it into our class all the time. But the immune system of the body does not have its own mechanism for movement. Like we have, muscle movement, the heart has its own propulsion, our digestive system has its own internal mechanism for keeping everything moving. The one system of the body that does not have that is the immune system. And so it relies on the movement of the tissues of the body around it to keep all of the lymph flowing. And through the vessels, there are specific vessels that carry lymph through the body, and it's all tied to our immune system. So the more sedentary we are, the less active our immunity is, and the less protected our bodies are from viruses and other things that seek to make us ill. And so movement is really, really critical. And this particular movement sequence is really ideal for boosting our immune system, because where we're moving our body a lot in this sequence is where we have the heaviest concentration of lymph nodes. So keep that in mind. I'll be cueing that today. We're going to inhale those arms up and exhale, fold forward. Got started a little late, so I'm going to abbreviate my warm-up series a little bit this morning. Inhale up, exhale, lift that heart center. One more of those. Inhale those arms up, and exhale and fold. Press those feet into the floor as you come up, nice and slow. Exhale out. Back to center. We're going to interlace our fingers, float those palms up overhead, extending, lifting, maybe coming up on our toes. Coming back to center, hand placement changes. We're going to come into a side bend. Inhale, come center. Exhale, side bend. Keeping that nice straight line on the side of the body. Come back up to center, exhale down. Do one more of those. Floating those palms up, rotating the palms to the ceiling, coming up on our toes, lifting from under the arms. Hands overhead. Side bend. Inhale, come center. Exhale, side bend. And back to center and down. And we're going to place those hands on our hips, soft shoulders, soft knees. Inhale, center. And exhale as we rotate just the head. This is where I think about the lymph nodes in the neck and how as we rotate the head and neck, moving those tissues, surround those lymph nodes. One more on each side. Last one here. And then back to center. We're going to put our weight into this leg, step that foot back, opposite foot back, and circle that heel around. And then reverse direction. To shift the weight back and either heel toe or circle while balancing, and then reversing the circles. We're going to keep that weight loaded in this right leg and step the left toe back, keeping the weight in this front leg as we circle that heel around. I'm barefoot today. It allows me to really move those bones of the top of the foot and toes, reversing direction here. Then shifting the weight back, either heel toe, side to side, or circling. And reversing. We're going to bring our feet out a little bit wide, circle our hips around. lot of times as we get stiff and sore and out of shape, we tend to want to move less because it feels unpleasant, but it's really important to keep moving, find ways to keep moving that feel safe but somewhat challenging, and build it into our routine. It's really, really important. Shake out the lower half. Let's take it to the upper half for that final series of warm-ups, just shaking those arms alongside the body. And then opening our stance, driving those hands around, side to side, like a rotating drum. And back to center. We'll take those arms up, circling the shoulders down and around, inhaling up, exhaling lower, one more. And then the whole arm extending from the shoulder, circling as wide as you can, making adjustments if you've got limitations. Never want to do anything that causes any pain. And then bringing those hands out in front, the shoulders just above the wrists here. We're going to press and point, press and point. One more, each of those. Then circle those wrists around. And reverse direction. We're going to squeeze those hands into fists. Open out wide, stretching those fingers out. Squeeze in tight. Open out wide. One more time. And then we'll just do finger touches to the thumb one at a time. And then back. And shake it out. Give me 1 second to do a quick double check here. Make sure everything's looking good. Awesome. All right. So we're going to bookend our practice as always with a little standing meditation. So those palms are facing in to each other in front of the midsection between the belly button and the top of the pubic bone. Shoulders are relaxed. We can widen our stance a little bit here. You'd want to be about hip distance apart. Eyes at a soft gaze and open or closed. I like to close my eyes to really take my awareness to an interior space. Really just be present with my breath in this posture. And as I do that, I'm going to inhale through the nose, letting the belly extend as my lungs fill up with air. My hands are going to extend out wide. And then as I exhale, the hands draw back in toward the body, toward each other. The air comes back out through my nose. Relaxing each of the muscles in the body, in the face, jaw, the brow lines. Very easy to furrow our brows as we think about what we're doing, whether we're doing it right. Subconsciously thinking about planning tasks for the day after our meditation, sweeping all of that aside for the next 25 minutes. One more breath in and out. As we complete our exhale, we'll go ahead and lower those hands down. Bring that eye gaze back. Opening those eyes up, inhaling and floating those hands up for first movement called regulating the breath, exhaling down, inhaling up, exhaling down. As we breathe, we think about those ribs and the tissues and muscles around the rib cage, around the lungs. Really allowing those to expand and relax as we inhale. And then exhaling all the air out of those lungs, out through the nose. Do one more. We're going to move into the next posture, pushing the boat. Hands are going to draw across. We're going to load all of our weight into that right leg and step out with the left foot, heel driving forward, not too far from the body. Pressing away. Inhale, drawing back. All of our arm motions, recruiting the tissues of the body around the underarm. One of our heaviest concentrations of lymph vessels. One more. Draw everything back in, stepping back. This time we'll float those hands over here to the left side and step out right. Exhaling, floating forward. Inhaling, toggling back. Breaths are nice and deep. It's relaxed. Regulated inhales and exhales. Last one. Coming back into center. I'm going to extend one arm front, one behind, lifting the palms, rotating back to the center, shouldering the sun and the moon. Inhaling, lifting, exhaling, lowering all the way down. This rotation is moving not just the muscles and tissues of the torso, but also the connective tissue around the organs protected within the torso. Just like it's important to move and warm up our joints and our muscles, we also want to move the parts of our body where all of our vital organs are, optimizing their function. Everything in the body is connected. Nothing's in isolation. We like to pick things apart, treat one thing, but it's all interconnected. One more on each side. We're going to open our stance out to the side, arms float overhead. We lift from under the arms, palms facing the ceiling. We're going to step back in, fold those hands back to center, stepping to the opposite side, inhaling overhead, lifting under the arms, stretching the tissues there, exhaling back to center, stepping forward with that left foot, inhaling, lifting the back heel, pressing the palms up toward the ceilings, stepping back, exhaling, inhale, step forward, press, exhale, back to center. Repeating that sequence 3 more times through. Great spirit bird spreads its wings. Stepping forward, thinking about those railroad tracks as you step that foot back, maintaining your balance and stability. Inhale forward, exhale, step back, side step, elbows stay slightly bent, knees are bent, back to center, other side, inhale up, exhale, step in, forward step, other side, pressing the toes down into the floor as we lift the back heel. One more time, all the way through. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, front step. Exhale, rear. Last one. We're going to step to the side again. Arms come out. We're going to inhale. We're going to squat down, scooping up an imaginary object. We're going to toss it out to the wind and step back to center. Other side. So this one's just side to side. Lifting the millstone from the bottom of the sea. Imagining lifting something heavy, but having it made lighter because it's in the water. Inhaling as we bend the knees, weight back in those heels, knees and toes at 45 degrees. Exhale out, shift back to center. Eye gaze is lifted, chest is open, facing the front wall. As you get stronger, you can bend deeper into this stance. It helps if you do yoga too. Inhale. And exhale. If you feel any pain in your knees, back off of the depth in the knee bend. Exhale out. Inhale, open. Thinking about all of the lymph tissue located around the groin and how this bending and squatting motion is moving that part of our body, walking motion. It's one of the best and simplest ways to stimulate and move that tissue of the body. Last one here, coming up, stepping back into center. All right, now for the fun one. Hands here. We're going to step that heel to one side, float those hands across. Bring an empty step either in or behind as we rotate, exhaling, looking up and back. Staying tall and balanced, transferring our weight with intention, inhaling, shifting across, empty step for the low, curtsy for the high, exhale, look back and up. This is opening the window, looking up at the moon. Tell that my heart rate's getting up. You can make any modifications you need to make. Always have the option of just doing the upper body or the lower body. Inhale and exhale. Stay nice and tall. Keeping that head right over the shoulders stacked right above the hips. When we lean forward, put a lot of weight into our knee. Last one on each side. Finishing with this one here. And back to center. We're gonna do dusting off the wind. We start by just kind of waterfalling down our center line and placing the weight in our right leg. We're gonna step that left leg out. Hands come around, out wide, palms facing out. Inhale, draw back, lifting our toe. Hands reaching around to the back pockets and then out wide. Inhaling and exhaling. So in addition to the movement of the channels that through which our lymph and blood flow, we also have the meridians that flow through the body in channels. Lots of good science behind acupuncture and how these channels, there's points in each of the channels that can stimulate certain functions of the body, improve, optimize. Our bodies are working. This particular motion with the wrists involves both the lung and the heart channels and at the thumb and pinky finger respectively. Last one here, coming back to center. Inhaling, we're going to transfer the weight, go right into the other side. Exhale out and inhale back. As a person practices QiGong or Tai Chi, they can layer intention into their practice, observing the flow of energy, movement of the body, where the body feels balanced or imbalanced, stuck or flowing. Use their practice to increase their level of awareness, but also increase the degree to which the body recruit its own mechanisms for balancing, reorienting. Last one here, drawing back into center. From here, we're going to step to the one side, inhale those palms up, exhale them down like we're stroking a long beard, and just step side to side, inhaling, lifting, stepping in, exhaling, lowering. Old man strokes his beard. Using this last movement to really bring the focus back to our breath, back to those full, complete inhales and exhales through the nose. Last one right here. From right here, making sure that we're in our proper stance, feet hip distance apart, tailbone tucked under slightly, those knees are soft and bent, spine is long with the crown of the head right above the spine, eye gaze soft or closed with those hands floating out in front of the body, loosely stacked. Continuing with that breath, finding this peaceful state of being present and aware without any thought or planning for just a few breaths. Taking one more breath in here. And exhale those hands down. Opening those eyes if they're closed. Bring those hands to heart center for this final moment of your class today. Just invite you to think about and set an intention for something for your practice of self-care and maintaining the healthiest body that you can with the things that you have control over, thinking about how what we put into our bodies and what we carry in our minds and hearts affect our health, and just setting an intention to optimize those daily practices in our own lives and to continuing to move. Thank you for practicing with me. Have a wonderful day. And for those of you that are watching this on December 1st, classes resume in person on December 3rd if you want to come to class.